Welcome to today's story, Love Beyond the Dust. This is the tale of Clarissa, a young woman born into wealth and privilege, whose world turns upside down the day she meets a man so unlike anyone she has ever known. What begins as curiosity at her father's construction site grows into a love strong enough to defy class, challenge authority, and transform her from a spoiled heiress into a woman of strength, courage, and devotion. The afternoon sun was scorching as Clarissa sped down the highway in her sleek black car, music thumping, laughter echoing from her friends in the back seat. She was the daughter of one of the wealthiest men in the city, a spoiled beauty in her early 20s who never lacked anything. But that day, fate had its own plans. The car shuddered, coughed, and rolled to a stop by the roadside. Her friends groaned in annoyance. "Really, Clarissa?" one muttered. "Can't your father buy you a better car?" Clarissa tossed her hair, rolling her eyes. "It's not my fault. Relax. The mechanic's on his way. Let's just kill some time." She remembered her father's construction site was nearby. With a mischievous smile, she suggested, "Why don't we go there? You'll finally see what empire he's building." When they arrived, the place was alive with the clang of metal, the rumble of machines, and men calling out instructions. Her friends wrinkled their noses at the dust, but Clarissa walked in with confidence. And then she saw him. He was carrying bricks, his shirt clinging to his back with sweat, his muscles moving with raw strength. He wasn't polished like the men she knew from parties, but something about him, his focus, his quiet determination, made her heart stop. "Who is he?" she whispered under her breath. Her friend giggled. "Clarissa, he's just a worker." "Don't tell me you're staring." But she was. Something inside her had shifted. The next day, instead of going shopping, Clarissa returned to the site. And again the next. Each time, she found herself watching him from a distance, curious and restless. One afternoon, she finally walked up to him. "You know," she said lightly, "you work harder than anyone else here. Aren't you afraid you'll make them look bad?" He glanced at her briefly, then turned back to his task. "Miss, you shouldn't be here. This isn't the place for you." "But I like it here," she replied, smiling. "I like watching you." He froze, the brick in his hands nearly slipping. "Don't. I know who you are. If your father finds out, what? That I'm talking to the hardest working guy here?" she cut in, her eyes teasing. His jaw tightened. "This won't end well. Please, stay away." But she didn't. She kept coming back. Sometimes she brought him water, sometimes food, sometimes just her company. No matter how coldly he pushed her away, she returned with a brighter smile. Her friends called her crazy, but she didn't care. One day, his frustration broke. "Why do you keep coming here? Didn't I tell you it's impossible? Your father would never accept me." Her eyes softened, but her voice was firm. "I don't care what he thinks. I care about you." He turned from her, hiding the war in his heart. But she saw the flicker in his eyes, the crack in his walls. Weeks later, after the day's work ended, he found her waiting at the gates. But this time she wasn't playful. Her eyes glistened with tears. "Why do you keep pushing me away?" she whispered. "Can't you see? I love you?" He stared at her, his breath catching. "You don't know what you're saying. Love isn't easy. It's sacrifice, it's pain. Can you handle that?" She stepped closer, her voice trembling but resolute. "Then let me prove it to you." For the first time, his hand brushed against hers. A small, hesitant touch, but enough to tell her that he was breaking too. Their quiet love bloomed in secret. But secrets never stay hidden. One afternoon, her father arrived unexpectedly and found them together. His face thundered. "Clarissa! What disgrace is this? You dare fall for a laborer?" Her friends would have shrunk under his rage, but Clarissa stood tall. "Yes, father. I love him. And nothing you say will change that." The boy stepped back, ready to walk away for her sake, but she clung to his hand. "No. Don't leave me. Not now." Her father's eyes burned, but then he caught something he had never seen in her before. His spoiled daughter, who once lived for fashion and parties, was standing firm, fearless, ready to lose everything for this man. It took weeks of shouting, arguments, and silence at home, but her resolve never wavered. At last, her father sighed and turned to the young man. "If you truly love her, prove it. Treat her well. Protect her. Make her happy." The boy's eyes shone as he answered firmly, "I will. With everything I have." From then on, Clarissa was no longer the spoiled girl who chased thrills. She became the woman who chose love over luxury, devotion over pride. She visited the site not as a visitor, but as his partner, standing by him through the heat and dust. One evening, as the sun set over the half-built towers of her father's empire, she leaned against him and whispered, "See? I told you nothing could stop me from loving you." He smiled, wrapping his arms around her. "And nothing ever will." And so, her love withstood every storm, defiance, rejection, fear, and doubt, until even her father bowed to it. It was a love that transformed her, a love that changed him, a love that proved that no wall, no wealth, no storm could ever stand against a heart that refuses to give up. And that was love beyond the dust. A story that reminds us that true love doesn't ask where you come from, it only asks how deeply you are willing to hold on. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more unforgettable tales. And let us know in the comments, would you defy everything for love?